Hey everyone, I'm Natalie with Sparks of Joy Digital. In today's video, we will be doing a dive into my channel analytics. Now, I am not talking about the channel analytics on this channel. As you can see, this channel is like very, very new. There's not much to see, but I thought it would be a great idea, not just for you guys, but also for myself to look at how YouTube has helped me grow in my small business journey in the past year. I know that data and like thinking about all the stuff seems boring and you really don't want to do it. You just want to be able to craft because that's like the niche that I'm in is crafting DIYs, thrift flips, stuff like that. But it's an important, necessary evil because we need to know that it's something that is worth it. And that's what I'm going to find out today. Is it worth it for me to be on YouTube? Let's find out. So I started my YouTube channel officially in January 2024. So the actual start date says June of 2023, but I didn't really do anything on YouTube until 2024. I had originally just started crafting as a hobby, and it wasn't until I got some advice from some friends to maybe consider doing it as a small business. They originally said, "Hey, why don't you try out Etsy?" But I had some other friends who had not had great experiences on Etsy, so I knew that wasn't a direction I wanted to go in. And from doing some research, I learned that probably having my own website would be the best way to go. The problem with that is when you have your own website, you don't have that natural form of advertising that you would if you were as part of Etsy or other platforms where there's a whole bunch of sellers all together in one area. And so it's a bigger brand that people know. But that was the decision that I made. Now, I started my website probably in early of 2023. I think that was probably when I started, and I had zero sales the entire time it was open. I knew that I needed to do something, and I just decided on YouTube. I could have done Facebook, I could have done Instagram. Although I do have my handle on both those platforms as well as on TikTok, I don't really do anything with them, or I didn't do anything with them during that time. I feel as though it is so much harder to be visible, I think, on those platforms. Maybe for somebody like me who literally is starting at zero. Like I didn't have any following in this niche. 2024 happened and I started my YouTube journey. And I was able to get monetized by the beginning of April in 2024, and I started earning ad revenue and I started earning from different other types of sponsorships. So that's what we're going to look at today. Basically, today's video is to show you like why I feel that it was a wonderful decision for my small business to start YouTube and why I take it so seriously. Let's dive into my analytics. Okay, here we are in my analytics, and this is all of my data from 2024. So in 2024, I had a total of 418,000 views, well, a little more than that, and that resulted in over 39,000 watch hours. You know, everybody gets so over-focused on how many views a video is getting or how many subscribers, but really what matters is the engagement. There's not that much focus, honestly, on how many subscribers you have. Now, does it help? Absolutely, because that gives you more natural engagement for people to automatically come back to your channel and watch you again. All of that resulted in $2,270.86 of ad revenue on YouTube. And that is from April until December. That is what I made on YouTube, but it's not everything I made altogether. You also have to consider some other things that you will get when you become monetized on YouTube. You will have the opportunity to gain sponsorships. So, as soon as I was monetized, I started getting emails from different companies asking if I would, show their products or if I'd be willing to do a video dedicated to their products. And I kind of overlooked some of them. I didn't feel that it was the right fit for me at the time. Some things I just chose not to pursue. There were three that I did pursue, and I decided to use them. And so let me tell you a little bit about those. I'm kind of going out of order here because I want to leave the best for last. The first one's Teddy Blake. That was a luxury bag company, so like a purse company that offers these gorgeous purses. I found an overnight bag and I was like, oh, that's perfect. I can definitely use that and I can showcase it in my video because that was a big thing. They were going to send me a free bag. It was like, it's like worth over $500. And I just had to show myself using it on camera at some point in a video. It didn't have to be what they call a dedicated video. It was just something that I was using at some point in the video. That was a cool thing, right? So I had that one. The other one was Temu had reached out to me. And anybody who follows me on my other channel, I am not like a big Dollar Tree person. I don't have, I purchased stuff from Dollar Tree before, but mainly because I don't have really a lot of time to go shopping. When I did have the time, especially last year, I was thrifting. I had like never been thrifting before like last January. Like, I know that's probably shocking, but I hadn't. So I had thrifted for the very first time in January of 2024. And I kind of had to, I not had to, but I chose to make that my focus because it was more unique. I could come up with more things and it helped me like, just be able to be creative in different ways. And that's really the main reason that I decided to start doing thrift flips. I started doing that. And I never really thought much about Dollar Tree stuff. Well, when Temu reached out to me, it was closer to craft season and or craft fair season. And I do a holiday craft fair every year within the school district where I work. And so I thought, well, that's perfect. I can get a lot of stuff for free. They offered me $140 worth of supplies. And if you've ever been on Temu, that is quite a bit of stuff that you can get. So I was able to get not only stuff to craft with, but also a few things for my kids. I got some stuff for my husband. It was pretty cool. I did that and it did have to be a dedicated video, 8 minutes or longer. And I had to have specific things included. Like I had to show how to access the discount code for viewers who chose to click on there. I had to add something to the comment box, like and pin it to the top. There was like specific things I had to do to be able to get approved, I guess, to post the video. So that is another thing that comes up. You do have to, in some cases, send the company your video, like a draft of your video, and they have to kind of see it and approve it before you can publish it live. So that's, another thing to consider. That went really well. That was in November. And then they reached out to me again and asked me for one more video early. They wanted it for early December. So I did that. I posted it and it did well. It didn't do as well as the first one, but it did well. And I got another $140 worth of stuff. So that, if you consider that, that's another $280 I made because of YouTube. That was, a benefit to me and I enjoyed it. It was fun. And the people I worked with and communicated with were so pleasant to work with. So I really enjoyed that. The third and probably the most valuable sponsorship that I had was with Creality. And they sent me a laser cutter. And that was probably it was the first experience that I had with the sponsorship, but the most overwhelming and exciting, I guess, of all of them. Overwhelming because when we got that machine, my husband and I, we struggled to put it together. We struggled to figure out how to use Lightburn, and I'm a techie person and I could not figure it out. And it took me a lot of patience. I still am not perfect at it, but I'm learning. But I had a timeline. I only had a certain like number of weeks to be able to post two dedicated videos to kind of support them and they had to approve it, so I had to send them a draft ahead of time and I had to do all this stuff and learn all this stuff while I was still posting other videos because I wasn't ready to do those yet. I got the machine in the beginning of July, right before I left for vacation. And so I couldn't even like look into doing anything with it till I got back. So then I got back and I finally was able to post the video, I think at the end of July or beginning of August, after everything was said and done. That video, it did not do as well. I didn't expect it to do as well, mainly because my niche and a lot of people who followed me were following me for budget-friendly ideas. Well, not everybody has a laser cutter, so to have a dedicated video on a laser cutter was hard. And I mentioned that, and like again, the people that I worked with at Creality were fantastic. The rep who always reaches out to me, he's so polite and it's so easy to work with him and talk to him. He helped walk me through a variety of tutorials when I was having trouble getting everything like set up and actually using the machine. I was very clear in what I could and couldn't do. I did express my concerns on how a video like this would do for my channel because I knew that, it wasn't necessarily the people who were watching me, but I figured out a way to like kind of make it work for me too. I did the two videos. So one was, I think, in the beginning of August, the other one was either towards the end of the month or beginning of September. And then I had satisfied that requirement and I got a $1,000, a little over $1,000 machine out of it, which I can now use forever, right? Or as long as it works. Yes. So that was fun. And I was able to create a lot of cool things. I'm getting better at it. They actually reached out to me again at the end of like towards the end of December and asked me if I would post two shorts using the machine and they would send me $100 just flat out. Like, we'll give you $100, just post these two shorts. So I did. And I got the money and it was great. And then more recently, they had mentioned that there's a new machine that's coming out that they want to send me and they would like to see me or I could use it. I could use it however I want on my channel. It wasn't like I had to do specific criteria of videos because, the first time around I had specific criteria that I had to meet, not only for the long form videos, but also for the shorts. So I did that and so I said, yeah, send me the machine. It's still not here. I guess it's a little bit delayed in being ready, but they said, since it's not ready yet, would you be willing to do another long form video for us for $100? And so I said yes. So that one's still pending. I haven't finished it yet, but it's exciting to have those kind of opportunities. If you total all of that together, the $2,270.86 that I made from ad revenue on YouTube, $1,093.80 on my website from just sales of my products that I've made. And so I made the products and did a YouTube video, got money from that, and then I sold the product, right? Not a lot of them. I mean, it's definitely not like a big money maker for me, like it probably is for many of you, especially those of you who are stockists, but it's still, I mean, it's still money. And it costs me about $600 a year, I think, to have my website open. So to know that I made $1,000 from the website, it shows me that it is still a good option for me at this time. Um, and then I had the Teddy Blake bag, which was $520. So it wasn't actual money, but it was like the thing. But we're just going to count that for right now, just for the purposes of this video. The $280 that I got from Temu. So I got to do two separate videos. Both times I had $140 that I could earn or in supplies that I received. And then the Creality Falcon 2 Pro Laser, $1,049. So that plus I got that $100 bonus at the end of the year for doing those extra two shorts. I'm not counting the other $100 they have offered me because I haven't actually earned that yet. So that totals $5,313.66 that I made because of YouTube in 2024. I think that's pretty good. If you are wondering if it is a good idea to do YouTube or if you're frustrated with it, my personal opinion is that YouTube, in my opinion, is the best way to earn money and this is coming from a part-timer. I don't do this full time. This is like an extra side gig for me. And I hope that it will grow into something bigger, but that's what it is at this time for me. I don't plan on quitting my job anytime soon, but it's nice to have that little bit of extra money. And I like knowing that I'm growing something that is completely mine. If you like this type of content, please comment below, let me know. Tell me what you want to learn. I will say that developing your long form videos is going to be the most important thing to make money on YouTube because that's the way you get that ad revenue. That's how you're going to get your sponsorships. Those are the things you're really going to want to do. And I am more than happy at any time to provide more information on things that I feel made me very successful in this little over a year-long journey that I've had with YouTube. All right. Thanks so much, everyone. I look forward to seeing you again next time.